There exists a peculiar mathematics to human transformation, one that operates not in the realm of equations, but in the quiet territory of daily choices. What I am about to share with you is not theory spun from ivory towers, but wisdom distilled from studying the greatest entrepreneurs of our time, combined with my own journey from scarcity to abundance. By the end of our time together, you will understand why remaining poor becomes almost impossible once you internalize these principles. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine something. Feel the weight of every unpaid bill lifting from your shoulders, that persistent anxiety dissolving like morning mist. Picture those restless nights replaced by the deep, peaceful sleep of someone who has found solid ground. Envision opening your banking application and seeing numbers that allow you to breathe a little deeper, numbers that whisper possibility rather than panic. This feeling is not fantasy. It awaits you, but not through external rescue, not through lottery tickets or economic miracles. It begins with the thoughts you choose to harbor and the actions you commit to after this moment ends. Let me be direct about our first principle. You must kill the comfortable bedtime story that wealth drifts toward those who simply wait. Money gravitates to people already in motion, to those who have decided to become the authors of their own circumstances. Stand before your mirror and ask yourself honestly, are you waiting for lightning to strike, or are you ready to strike your own match? Picture the life you desire with such clarity that you can taste the morning coffee in the kitchen you plan to own. Speak to yourself as though the deal has already been signed, because language steers feelings, feelings shape routines, and routines drag income behind them like a river carving its path through stone. Nothing grows in soil that is never tilled. Plant a seed today, even if your pockets hold only loose change and your tools are borrowed. When you witness someone else's victory, resist the corrosive bite of jealousy. Staring at another person's feast while you sulk is like standing at a buffet with your hands firmly in your pockets, surrounded by abundance, yet choosing starvation. Treat their success as evidence that opportunity lives on your street. Tell yourself with conviction, if that door opened for them, I possess the capacity to build my own door, perhaps one with better hinges. Focus becomes your most valuable currency. Aim your entire attention at one meaningful target. A mind scattered across 20 directions is merely a flashlight in a football stadium, bright but utterly useless. Pull gossip out by its roots. Shut down the endless scroll. Keep only the thoughts that pay rent in your head, the ones that build rather than decay. Find work you can at least respect, ideally work you can love. If your current position feels like wet cement around your ankles, start moving after hours until you discover something that ignites your internal fire. Life is too brief to trade your precious daylight for persistent misery. I have observed people who love their craft so fiercely that vacations feel like polite suggestions rather than desperate escapes. If you feel trapped, spend your late evenings absorbing free tutorials. Use weekends to test small experiments and pivot the moment one of those experiments shows even the faintest spark. Passion might not generate income tomorrow, but it compounds faster than any interest rate on earth. Feed your mind with greater devotion than you feed your phone. 30 quiet minutes with a substantial book on money or a video that teaches a genuine skill will pull you farther than an entire afternoon surrendered to mindless scrolling. Reading offers free mentorship from giants and sharpens questions you did not know to ask. Your environment often defeats pure willpower. If everyone at your table complains endlessly about the cost of living, find a new table, one where ideas and solutions circulate instead of gloom. Guard every minute like you would guard a diamond, and deploy it only on actions that move you forward. Complete the task that matters most, then the next, stacking them like bricks in a bridge toward freedom. Live below your means, no exceptions. This discipline is not deprivation. It constitutes a vote for your future self. Every dollar you keep becomes an employee working while you sleep. Send those dollars toward assets that return thank you notes in the form of dividends, interest, or additional cash flow. Watch your financial family tree grow new branches year after year. Setbacks will arrive and swing at you. When they do, breathe deeply, dust yourself off, and punch back with intelligent persistence. Time remains the one resource you cannot reorder from any warehouse. Trade it like gold. Say yes to projects that move you forward, and no to anything that steals your daylight without offering fair compensation. Keep your body tuned. A pair of decent shoes, fresh air, and nourishing food. A strong heart injects energy into every hour. Celebrate your victories, but remain humble. Record what worked, quietly reinvest your gains, and flow like a silent river toward the ocean. Obstacles are not dead ends. They are intelligence briefings, teaching you what the terrain actually looks like, rather than what you hoped it would be. Teach while you climb, because explaining locks knowledge deeper inside you and often opens unseen doors. Treat technology as a servant, never a jailer. The same phone that connects you to mentors and markets can also steal half your day. Choose to create more than you consume. Write your goals by hand. On paper, they become concrete. Guard your credit score with vigilance. Borrow only for assets that generate returns. Protect your reputation with fierce honesty, because integrity buys trust, and trust accelerates every deal. Start small if circumstances demand it. Share a helpful article. Answer a question in an online forum. Volunteer for a project. Value is magnetic. When you give it freely, it returns multiplied, often from directions you never anticipated. Dream expansively, but keep one foot planted in solid mathematics. If your plan requires 10 years, remember that the decade will pass regardless of whether you act or drift. Measure your progress, income, expenses, hours practiced, new contacts. What you measure, you master. Push yourself beyond the comfortable. Growth lives in that chilly air beyond comfort, and money chases growth with remarkable consistency. Rest with intention. A brisk walk or 20 minutes of genuine stillness beats an entire day lost to shows that add nothing to your mind. When you close this video, take one concrete step within the next hour. Open a document and calculate your real net worth. Cancel a forgotten subscription. Jump online and invest $10 into an investment account. Motion beats meditation every time. Small acts, repeated with consistency, melt mountains. Let me offer proof that these ideas breathe in real life. A cashier I know tracked every dollar for 1 month and noticed that 5 snack purchases daily bled $150 from her pocket. She swapped impulse treats for homemade lunches and directed the savings into a low-cost index fund. 10 years later, those sandwiches had grown into more than $25,000. Small hinges swing wide doors. Another neighbor tinkered with broken phones after work. Free tutorials, a $20 toolkit, and prices half of what large shops charged turned his evenings into a second income stream. Within 1 year, the side project out-earned his day job, and he opened a kiosk that now employs 3 people. Build an emergency cushion, even if it begins as a single folded bill. Feed it every payday so that unexpected trouble becomes an inconvenience rather than a disaster. Learn the language of money, compound interest, equity, cash flow. so that slick promises and hidden fees cannot deceive you. Negotiate whenever possible, from salaries to service bills. The worst answer you will hear is no, and one polite question can unlock thousands annually without additional labor. Create multiple income streams so that if one dries, another keeps flowing. Automate your beneficial habits. Move money to savings and investments the moment it arrives, before impulse even enters the room. Guard your online presence the same way you guard your front door. Post growth and kindness, not noisy rants, because employers and clients investigate silently before they reach out. Practice gratitude daily. A mind that perceives abundance dares to invest, negotiate, and create. Gratitude keeps your engine cool and reveals leverage points you once missed. Treat idle minutes like a pocket-sized university. Audiobooks while commuting, tutorials while cooking, ideas scribbled while waiting in line. We have walked through mindset, habit, strategy, and proof in one steady conversation. The next move belongs entirely to you. Wealth is not sorcery. It favors ordinary people who repeat simple actions with uncommon consistency. Promise yourself, say it aloud if it helps, that you will think like a winner, act like a builder, spend like a planner, and learn like a lifelong student. Begin today, because knowledge left idle is like seeds stuck in their packet, bursting with potential yet unable to sprout. Close this video, stand up, and select one small money-building action before the clock steals another hour. Prepare tomorrow's lunch. List that unused gadget online. Watch a 10-minute tutorial on a skill you can sell by the weekend. Action, even awkward first-day action, is the entry fee to the life you deserve. Staying poor after hearing this would mean choosing to ignore it. And you are too intelligent, too capable for that choice.